Hey YouTube, so recently I've been feeling pretty run down, and so I've been taking this as an opportunity to just take things a little bit easier in the gym, much lower weight, lower sets, and just using this time as a chance to recover so I can start hitting the gym with a vengeance again next week. I also thought this would be the perfect opportunity to start a new series, which is about efficient lifting for beginners. And it's going to teach beginners everything they need to know in order to start making strength gains in the gym. You're going to get all the information you know in one nice playlist, cut all of the fluff and all of the bullshit and all of the information which doesn't apply to beginners. Cut all of that stuff out and make things as simple as possible for you guys, and hopefully create the playlist which I wish I could have seen when I started lifting. So this first video is going to be about the main compound lifts. These are the lifts which should compose at least 70% of your workout and will probably get you 90% plus of your total muscle and strength gains which you'll achieve in the gym. One of the biggest mistakes I see beginners make is they focus on the really small isolation movements such as the curl, and yeah, it's certainly better than nothing, but it's not a very efficient way of training. You've got 640 muscles in the body, yet people will focus on training, one pair of muscles at a time, and yeah, it really is quite silly. For the most part, you need to be focusing on the main compound lifts, especially as beginners. So these are lifts which use more than one joint at a time. So the bench press uses bends at the elbow and the shoulder, so that's a compound lift. It uses more than one set of muscles and more than one set of joints at a time. So the other benefit of these is that they'll build your body nice and proportionally for the most part. As you start getting advanced, you may find that your body doesn't quite adapt exactly how you want, and that's when you should start adding in more isolation work to fix the problem, or start tinkering with your technique and that kind of thing. As beginners, you don't really need to worry about that too much. So yeah, for the most part, these compound lifts will build your body nice and proportionally. They focus on very natural movements such as pushing, pulling, lifting something over your head, pulling yourself up onto something, lifting something up on your back, or lifting something up from the floor. Very, very natural movements, and wherever the weak link in your chain is, that part is going to be trained more, and so that way you'll build your body nice and proportionally. So with that out of the way, let's get on with it. One final thing. Some of these exercises, for some of you may find you're simply not able to perform even a single rep when you start. There will be other videos teaching you how to progress to the point where you can do the first rep, and from there you just carry on working your way up. So some of these movements, you may find that you have a flexibility issue, it may be a strength issue, it may be a coordination or balance issue, but these can all be addressed, and there'll be other videos teaching you how to do that if you are having these issues. So with that out of the way, let's start with the pull-up and the chin-up. So the first lift is going to be the pull-up. So with this, you have your palms faced towards you, shoulder blades nice and retracted, and you pull yourself up so your chin goes nice and over the bar. Preferably pull the bar up to your right into your chest. This is probably the best strength builder for your upper body. If you're talking about one single movement, it works the biceps, your arms, your grip, and the nice big long back muscle in your back, and also the core quite a bit, working on stabilizing yourself. Here we have the chin up, and this is with the palms facing the other way, which takes the biceps out of the equation and really focuses on the back. As you get stronger, you can start adding weight to this movement as well. Both of these are fantastic, and ideally you should be doing both but if you do choose to only do one of these, personally I'd do the pull-up. So next up we have the squat. So get yourself nice and tight as you unrack it, and make sure that your abs are nice and tight, your core's nice and tight, and get a nice big breath so that everything is nice and stable. And you want to initiate at your hips and lower down to a point where your hip crease is lower than the top of your knee, and come back up. So this, some people argue, is the best overall mass builder out there. Personally, I think the deadlift is better, but this certainly ranks as number 2 in my opinion. Fantastic lift, really works the quads, really works the glutes, works the hamstrings as well to some extent, and also works on the back, the abs, and the core in general. Fantastic overall strength exercise. Moving on to the overhead press now. So you get the bar up there nice and controlled, retract your shoulder blades at the top, press it over your head, so get your head back and out the way of the bar. You don't want to hit your head as it goes past, and as the bar goes past your head, straighten it up and get the bar directly over your head. Each rep you want to get down and touch your chest if at all possible. Some people have weird shaped limbs and they can't do this, but get as low as you can. I'm showing a few different variations here, so I showed you pause. Now I'm showing you not pause, just touch and go. And finally, the push press is another variation where you utilise leg drive, and you can handle much more weight when you use this method, and it could be a better choice depending on the rest of your program. So onto the deadlift now. So best overall mass builder in my opinion. Like the quads, it works your legs, but it works your hamstrings more than your quads with this. It also works your grip strength, so nice forearm exercise. It works your lats to some degree, and it also works the traps, the muscles responsible for shrugging. So I think it has a lot more benefits for the squats if you for some reason chose to only do one of them. And onto the bent over row now. There's lots of different variations of the bent over row. This is the version which I do, but do whatever you want. They're all going to work your back, they're all going to work your lats. So do what works for you, and just get the bar pulled all the way to your stomach on each rep. Finally, we have the bench press. So you want to have your shoulder blades nice and retracted. You want to get as much of an arch into your back as possible. So it makes me look a bit fat here, but that's only because I'm pushing out my abs as hard as I can here to get myself really nice and stable. So each rep you want to bring the bar down to touch your chest. This is where an awful lot of people go wrong. Now, it could be due to a flexibility issue, it could be due to a form issue, or it could be due to using too much weight. But this is something you need to work on, and you may have to look at more videos to actually do this if you're having some issues. Now there's two different variations. We've got the paused bent, which I'm doing there, where each rep you pause it on your chest before pushing. This is what I recommend for beginners, but you will have to use less weight while doing this. And there's also the touch and go as well, where you just bring the bar down and you push it straight back up like that. So that's all of the main compound lifts. Do all of these with a sensible set and rep scheme and a sensible progression scheme, and you will make some tremendous strength gains. And next video I'll be talking a little bit about some isolation work. So thanks for watching, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.